Okay, so starting Unit 1, all right, we're going to go over one-step equations, all right? And in one-step equations, in order to solve for the letter, you're generally going to do the opposite of what you see. So looking at number 1, we see m plus 12 equals 10. So we need to solve for the m and get rid of the 12. Well, how do we get rid of the 12? Well, we have a positive 12, so we're going to do the opposite, meaning we're going to subtract 12 to the other side. And when you subtract it, what that does is it cancels out that 12, dropping the m down. 10 minus 12 is negative 2. And that would be your answer. Going to number 2. All right, so we have negative 2 equals g minus 9. We're going to solve for the g. We have a negative 9 that we have to move to the other side. How do you move it to the other side? Well, you do the opposite. So we're going to add 9 to the other side. And that cancels out, giving me 7 equals g. Okay, number 3. So what we've got is we've got a negative 7y equals negative 91. That negative 7y, the negative 7 attached to the y means multiplication. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to do the opposite, which is divide. So we need to divide by negative 7, and it's going to be 13. All right, now, so we've got a over 9, and when you have a letter over a number, that's technically division. Okay, so in order to get rid of the bottom of the fraction, you need to multiply by the number that is on the bottom of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply by 9 on each side. And what that does is that cancels the bottom of the fraction, leaving me with just an a. And then negative 4 times 9 is negative 36. And that would be your answer. Number 5. So now we've actually got a fraction times a letter equals 10. And if you want to keep things consistent, you can actually do number 5 very similar to the way we did number 4. So in order to get rid of the bottom of the fraction, you can multiply by the bottom of the fraction on each side. So it gets rid of the bottom of the fraction. So that would leave me with 2x. 10 times 3 is 30. And then it basically just becomes like number 3. Okay, you divide by 2, and your answer is 15. All right, let's try another one just like that. Okay, so again, on number 6, what we've got is we've got a full fraction times a letter. We need to solve for the w. So in order to solve for the w, okay, we need to get rid of the bottom first. How do we get rid of the bottom? We're going to multiply each side by the bottom. Okay, that's going to get rid of what's on the bottom. So that leaves us with 4w equals negative 72. Okay, and then when we divide by 4, we take negative 72 divided by 4. All right, we get negative 18. All right, going to the next problem. Number 7. So you see that we've got a negative fraction this time, and generally the negative is always applied to the top number. So in order to get rid of the bottom, I'm going to multiply by 5. on each side. So now the bottom number is gone. I drop down the negative 6k equals 60. Divide by negative 6, k equals negative 10. Last problem. Okay, so again, we can multiply by the bottom number on each side, and that gets rid of the bottom number. So we have negative 1m equals negative 18. Divide by negative 1. Remember, a negative over a negative is actually a positive. 18 divided by 1 is 18. And there you have it. Okay, the notes for one-step equation.